Tonight, we're doing great things with zucchini, kale, tomatoes, onion, and garlic. We're gonna make a little zucchini, kale, tomato saute. It's gonna be lovely. I'm gonna make it with salsa instead of just plain old tomatoes, because that's what I do, I eat salsa. And I'm gonna spice it up a little bit with these sunflower seeds. I think it's gonna take about 15 minutes, not hard. And tonight I'm also gonna continue not to use my new food scale because I don't wanna know. See you soon. We're doing the stuff. Alright, so we've got a little prep done. Right, so I've thinly sliced my onion. I've got my zucchini, also thinly sliced. They could be thinner. I'm a little tired. Then I've prepped 4 garlic cloves that I've minced or squeezed, whatever it is. Then I've got my seasoning mixture here of, it's like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, and then some basil and something that I've forgotten. Thyme. So there's that. And then if you're going to use salsa like I do, it's good to go ahead and drain off the excess liquid. And if you're exactly like me, you drain that by drinking it, because it's delicious. Alright, so we're going to take this to the pan, and I'll be back in a minute. So, fun thing, I just realized my camera has a pause button. We're going to try that. I wanted to show you that I started sauteing up my onions until they get a bit golden, and then I add the garlic. Those are my first 2 steps. So I add the garlic in there. Oh, listen, if there's anyone that ever tells you to stop cooking with garlic, leave them. Leave them. It's amazing. So I'm going to stir that up. It's going to be tasty-rific. I'm going to put that back on the stove for about a minute. Then I'm going to add in my zucchini and some spices. So we'll see that in a second. So I've got my onions and garlic there. I decided I'm going to add my sunflower seeds in now because I actually want those to get a little toasty right before I add the tomatoes, because I think when you add in the tomatoes, those are going to break down and it's going to kind of water everything. So I like some toasty seeds. I'm going to put in some sprinkles of my spice, put it back on the stove for another minute, then add the zucchini, then add the tomatoes. Look at that mixture there. That's just about perfect. I'm going to toss in my zucchini. Alright, so I've got my mix there. Added in the zucchini. I don't know, we've got some glare. I don't know how good you can see that. But the thing I like about zucchini is if you squint your eyes, they kind of look like potatoes. So I do cook with a lid when I put the zucchini in, right? And I add maybe a tablespoon of water. You're going to get some moisture from the zucchini in the pan, but until that happens, you don't want anything to burn. So I added a tablespoon of water, switched it around, and then I have it on the stove for maybe 4 minutes, kind of stirring every minute or so. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pour in my tomatoes. La-di-da. We're going to put this back on the stove probably for 2 minutes, heat all that up, and then fold in our kale. Alright, there's our mixture. It's starting to look real nice. This is the kind of thing that I would love to melt some mozzarella cheese all over the top of. But we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to fold in some kale. So, I buy my kale in these 1-pound bags. And I'm going to use probably about half the bag. Now, it's not going to all fit in the pan at once, so I'm going to add some, wilt it down, add some more, wilt it down. 2 to 3 rounds of that will get me what I need. And adding all that in helps make this 2 meals. So I've got dinner tonight, lunch tomorrow. See the finished product in a minute. Hello, friends. Let's take a look at the finished product. Doesn't that look yummy? I'm going to spill, I'm spilling. So maybe you can cut down a minute or so on the pre-cooking or the sautéing of the zucchini, because as it cooks with the tomatoes and then with the kale that you add, it might get a little overdone. I'm not mad about it though. Let's give it a whirl. I love zucchini. It's great spices, little crunch from the sunflower seeds. Our kale is nice. Very good. You get that great acid from the salsa. So you could beef up this dish, for lack of a better word, by maybe adding in some cannelloni beans, or some lentils, or some great northern beans. Many choices, right? Also, it'd be great over some brown rice, which I'm not doing because I like to keep it light at night. I don't mind so much, right? I get my whole grains in the morning time when I'm with my baby. And that's what I'm cooking up here in the Instant Pot right now, is some brown rice for a couple days, because I need it for my smoothie before the gym tomorrow. And I'm going to add a little for my lunch portion of the zucchini kale saute. Yeah, so that is about it. That's tonight's Vegan Adjacent. Now, if you are good, I'll turn you back on in a minute or so that you can see my new dragon attachment to my Instant Pot.